And we're live. Yo, what's up, everybody? Short stream today because I am pretty burnt out as fuck, to be honest. We're going to be trying to add some player equipment and do some other things. I also want to give using VS Code with Godot a little shot. Got a little YouTube video here which tells me how to do that. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, let's first off do nothing and just watch the video. Boom, boom.
What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to set up Visual Studio Code with Godot. So this will basically add functionality so that whenever you click a script inside of Godot, it will open your Visual Studio Code editor, and you'll be able to edit everything externally, which is very helpful. But I just thought I'd make a quick video covering this topic because this is a pretty helpful thing to set up for Godot. So first thing we need to do is install VS Code, or Visual Studio Code. If you don't already have it installed, you can just go to code.visualstudio.com and just download it from there. And then once you have it installed, you can just go ahead and open it up here. So on the left-hand side, you're going to want to click this extensions button. And you can see I have a lot of extensions installed, but you don't have to worry about any of these. We're just going to search in the top for Godot.
We have this one, Godot Tools.
And it's just going to be this top one right here. And all you have to do is click the install button here. Yep. I already have it installed, so we're just going to leave it as is, but you can just install that here. Now, next we just have to set a couple things up inside of Godot so that it knows where to look for the external editor. So inside of Godot here, we just want to go up to Editor Settings, Network, and then in the Language Server, we want to make sure that this remote port is the same inside of Visual Studio Code. So we're going to change it in VS Code. So we're just going to server. We want Godot so that it knows where to look for the external editor. So inside of Godot here, we just want to go up to Editor Settings, Network, and then in the Language Server, we want to make sure that this remote port is the same inside of Visual Studio Code. So we're going to change it in VS Code. So we're just going to copy this number and then go back into VS Code. And you can click on the settings icon right here inside of the plugin. And we're just going to go to extension settings and then scroll down until you find Godot Tools.
This is
the server port. And we're just going to paste the number in here. I already have it as 6005, but it might be different for you. But mainly just make sure that it's the same between the two programs, otherwise they won't be able to connect. And then back inside of Godot, we want to go back into Editor Settings, and we want to scroll all the way up to Text Editor here, and then go to External. And we just got to set up a couple things here. So first of all, this is going to be if you want to use the external editor, which obviously we do, so we're going to check this. And then you're going to go to the executable path. So basically just find wherever you installed Visual Studio Code. I don't know if you can see this, but mine is stored inside of user.
Jesus, where the fuck did I install code? Right. Okay, where the hell did I see? Update. The VS Code default installed default. Right, where does Visual Studio Code install? See users, username, app data. I'm there. Default user 1. App data local. This place does not exist. Oh, it's hidden. Okay. App data local. Programs. Microsoft VS Code. Oh, I found it. Oh, okay. App data. Local. Programs. Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Code.exe. Open. Okay.
And then app data, local programs, Microsoft VS Code, and then just make sure you get the executable inside of the path. And then the last thing is going to be the executable flags. For Visual Studio, it's just going to be the one that I pasted in right here. If you want to copy and paste, I'll leave this string in the description of the video, so you can just grab that. But make sure you have this without any typos, and then once that's all set up, you can go ahead and close out of this. And now if you set up everything correctly, when you try to open a script here, it will launch VS Code and open up your script. Now, obviously, there are some limitations to using this editor over the Godot built-in editor. So the one thing that is kind of limiting is, let's say you have a script here. I'm going to go ahead and actually disable this for a second. So I'm going to make a new scene here just for an example, and I'm going to put a script on here.
With VS Code,
and
boys.
Basically, as of Godot 4, you can get
I don't know if I like
your
that though.
scene tree. So if I had like a sprite here, I'd be able to click.
Right, let's see what we're up to. It's been a while since I've looked at Godot, to be honest. So let's see what things are going on and what we can do. Right, you can still burn, obviously. And last time I was working on this, I know I added hitboxes or hit points. Okay, like that, yeah. And why are the slimes? Something seems a bit off here. So the slimes are hurting, not very well though. Okay, cool. Right, so let's just do something quite chill. There's a few things I actually want to do. But what I kind of want to work on as the next thing is having an equip section with the inventory. So we can equip items and armor. Have a look where we're at with this. Data. No, we don't want singletons. We want menus. Let's do a nice old menu. Menus never let us down. Oh god, this is going to fuck me up, isn't it? So, let's add a new folder. Let's do equipment. Let's keep it super simple. But not. Code not found. Check that error. Oh god, I'm not sure if I like this VS Code integration. This is fucking me up a little bit. Okay. So if I go to slime.tcn, we don't have an animation player. We do on here. Fuck the animation player. I think fuck the animation player right now. Jesus, the fact that okay. Well, looking at the code of VS Code definitely makes you look at it a little bit differently, though. I will say that. So we in it. That's cool. We ready. Chasing animation. That's all fine. Damn. Well, let's see if we can delete anything while we're here. Dialogue. This could be deleted for show. Delete. Components. What components do we not use? Vendor component, I think we do use. Usable item component, yes. Score component, we do use. It's shit though. Score component, flee. Dialogue component. Oh, I think we use every component here actually. What else can we delete? For enemies, with fish, fisherman, NPCs, Hank, mage. These are all in use. Oh, book we use. Door we use. Right, let's move the dialogue, and we can move this to scenes. Oh, he's moved dialogue to menus. Okay. Reload. I think. This should break. Oh, my font's fucked. That's not good. Oh no. Oh no, I deleted my fucking deleted my font. Oh no, this is not what we want. Right, okay. Copy error. File, new text file. Let's see if we can just hard code. Save. Yo, Mike, greetings. You okay, bro? Sales Ladroma, what's up, bro? You okay? How are you guys doing? I just deleted my font file. And I've also got everything set up in VS Code, which is a little bit... In some ways it's better, in some ways it's not that good. Fonts, okay, I deleted my font. Fuck. Maybe we can do something here. Oh, we can do something. Get to the rescue. Get status. Right, what did I delete? Deleted. Dialogue. This one. These two. Was it git restore? Assets / entities / dialogue. Right? Assets, entities, dialogue / assets. Did that restore my file? What's everyone up to today? You having a nice Friday? Definitely long overdue. Entities, dialogue. Nice. Okay, so we have the font back. Let's move the font into a more appropriate place. Cut that and then put that here. Fonts. Cool. And then now why can I not see when I highlight? resources slash font. I think that's it. Save that. Place. Let's see if that's. Following files are new on disk will actually be taken. Reload. Reload. Claims state machines haven't heard of that approach before. Written a fair bit of oop though. Yeah, state machines. State machines are pretty cool. I did them last time a little bit as well, but I don't think I did them correctly. But I did add just basically like an enum of the current state, and then you have different states, and then you could do that to kind of, you know, figure out what you're doing. But this is all a little bit messy, but it does do something, so at least. Right. Let me see if my project is still broken, which it inevitably still is. Reload, let's close all tabs. I've seen you using Sprite. What other applications do you use when creating game? Mainly just Sprite and this, and then find free things on the internet. Cry a lot. You know, the usual. Nothing else really, just coding and Sprite. I know there's some of the stuff that people use. I think one's called I've heard for tile maps there's something called Pixel. Pixel? What's it called? No, this is not it. Oh, why? I thought there was something called Pixel like that. Pixel Edit. I know that there's I've heard a lot of people use Pixel here. And this is better for tile maps and stuff like that, but I've never used it. Might be worth downloading. Do you Blender? No, but there was a guy in the Discord who did some 3D stuff in Blender, which is quite cool. I've not really done much 3D stuff, but I think Blender would be quite nice. I discovered Pixelorama, which is made in Godot. That's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. I guess everybody knows this, but like people say, "Oh, Godot is made in Godot." And it's interesting that, you know, it really you can really kind of build this stuff, sort of stuff. It goes to show, you know. Oh, it's on GitHub. Nice. Wow, that's awesome. Whoa, wow, can it fucking not do this? What the fuck is it doing? Okay, did that just open up everything? Thanks, Godot. Right, so preload, balloon TCN does not exist. It does, it just changed. So it goes assets, menu, then it goes dialogue. That fixed. Oh, what was all this? Add-ons, we got assets. Got menu, dialogue, and that should be okay. Our menus. Yeah, I'll have to check out the Pixelorama, but I quite like Sprite. I know you have to pay for it and stuff, but unless you build it from source. But I'm not very good at any of them, so I just pick whatever the first thing I went into is. Okay, is everything still broken? That works a little bit. Feel like this is going to still be broken. Nope, that seems to be okay as well. Nice. Easy. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to work on. To be honest, a load of little things. Okay, what are the errors first? Assets dialog on start button pressed. What? Why does it say that there's an error when there's... .gd on start button pressed. Attempt to open script. Dialog boon. What? Unless it's in a new world. Scenes, new home. Oh lord. Is that what we want? Attempt to open script. Res assets dialog balloon GD. Let's see if we can just find any reference to this location. We can find it a little bit. Okay. Okay, so... Okay. So the actual menus slash... The actual file itself is forked. Okay. No problem. Okay. This... Very cool. Okay, cool. Try that again. Okay now. Okay, nice. Boom. There's a whole range of things that I need to do right now. So this whole like making the map, like I made some new trees. I need to figure out what I'm doing for the buildings. I want to make a little equipment thing here so that you can equip items and that will affect your stats. I need to overhaul like the whole dungeon element of it. I need to add a ton of items and then actually make story and dialogue that makes sense. Like I want to make this a dialogue rather than just trading with people. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But let's just do one thing at a time. Let's start by adding some trees. That seems like a nice and relaxing task that doesn't involve too much thinking. It's kind of what I want. So far, how do you feel about Godot for 200 hours in your game? Do you recommend it to us? Like, compared to like Unity and Unreal engines, it's hard to tell. But if you are someone who wants to make games, I think Godot's cool. Yeah, definitely. Like, you can make games in Godot. Unless you want to make like, AAA games or something, maybe that'll be different. But if you want to make like an indie game and you're just by yourself and you want to mess around, yeah, man, Godot seems like as good as any. It's got all the tools in there. There's not too much compromise with it either. Like sometimes, I think when I first saw Godot, and you see this with like I think like Game Maker RPG and stuff like that, it looks a little bit like, oh, I don't know if I want to use this. But after like playing around with Godot, I feel like it's really got a good amount of stuff going for it. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it, man. If you've not downloaded Godot, download it, man. Play around with it. You tell me, Sales Ladromina, what do you think about Godot? Right, AI generated a bunch of trees. So let's Added some tree. Cool, tile map. It's simple. Got the trees level. Let's just throw in trees everywhere. Trees everywhere. Why did my tree get cut? Good. Nothing like adding a good tree everywhere is the Friday night. This is the best Friday that I've had in years. Oh, that shadow looks bad. I was thinking about these trees, but I don't know if these are going to fit in or not. It seems a bit wacky. I don't like that one. I could like... No. The direction of the trees don't really fit. These ones are fine. The shadow's not great. Make the tree one tile and select all. How do you make that one tile? I don't. Yeah, I'm aware of the scatter one. The only problem is, if it scatters halfway through, like that, it fucks up everything. So I have to be a little bit careful. But how do you make the tree one tile? You okay, Adam? How you doing, bro? Happy Friday. It's been a long week. It's been a long week for me, that's for sure. One thing that I do as well is maybe select like oh shit, what the fuck did that do? Let's get a bit of a selection. I'll just kind of paste them around a bit like that. Although this could get a little bit repetitive. We should do like that a little bit. I do it semi-randomly. I'm alright. You go into the editor and erase the tile and select the whole image. Be like this. Jeez, why am I so bad at this? Adam, do you want to come here and do this for me? How about I just watch you do this? I don't know how to code, but when I saw the picture of Godot, I fell in love with it. For long run, I want to play a game like Clash of Clans if I'm good enough. Sounds like Andromeda. Wow, start, man. Why don't you start learning Python or, you know, learn code, you know, learn ints, floats, we do with them, what a function is, stuff like that. Now click the eraser and erase them, lol. Now click the eraser and then erase. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Eraser, erase the trees. Then select the whole tree. Right, let's give this a try. Oh, have I been doing it wrong the whole time? Select. Fuck's sake. Shift click. Ooh. Okay. Damn. Like that. And then... So we can do this, and we can scatter. Oh, damn, that's crazy. Oh my god, wait. Wait, whoa! Oh my god. That's kind of changed everything a little bit, hasn't it? Have I been doing the whole thing wrong? Can I shift click erase? Oh, I can. Oh, yeah. Right. I did the whole thing wrong. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. I think I've done the whole tree. I've done it all wrong, haven't I? So was that actually done? Oh my god, it's just like you place it for one tile. Damn, bro. Like, now I could just do that. Is that better? Do we want that? Maybe we do want that. Quite a lot though, isn't it? Right, I think we need to be a little bit careful. Okay. Well, considering that, I think we need to be a little bit careful with that. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go through every single goddamn tree again. Same with all these, wherever they are. Okay, let's just do it like this way for a little bit. Otherwise, go through every tree is going to be an absolute pain. Now, it's all these little things that, man, just don't know. Big change, what the hell are you doing? Boom. Right. Okay. Shame these trees didn't really work out. Doesn't work at all, does it? But now you know if we start your next game. Yeah, man, like I was, so I was wondering how I did something before. I don't know if I have it here. Like where I was layering the trees, and I was literally creating, I don't know if I have it. I was literally creating like tree, because here they kind of paste over each other, and I was literally going like going to a separate layer, adding a tree, and then putting the trees on top to kind of create a layered effect. And if I had known that you can just kind of do that, that would have changed things completely. Right. Yeah. I also want to kind of build something. I was thinking yesterday, or maybe the day before, should I go full Stardew Valley and like add in seeds and growing crops and stuff like that? In that case, you kind of want your own farm. I was thinking, oh, should I expand it out a little bit and add in a player's farm or something? But right, create new scene. Let's do equipment. Let's try and create some sort of basic equipment thing. So I'm guessing that is a control. The UIs of... I always thought UIs were a safe space for me, you know? I could like make a UI, and it's very easy. Made a UI many times. They're a safe space. But apparently they're really not, and they love to just fuck me over. And they make it so difficult. Let's see if equipment does that. Let's spell it correctly as well. That'll help. Papa UI says bend over. He does. And the worst thing is, yeah, you trust Papa UI. Let's see. So, essentially, I want to turn the inventory screen into, and have maybe like an extension here or on the left. Doesn't matter too much. But let's see. You probably start with the inventory as like a base, to be honest. Just reuse some of it. But we won't need all of these. And we can hard code the slots as well, so make the how's this? Layout, transform, so the size, is the size fixed here? And patch rect, like that. Oh, we won't really need a grid container at all because we don't want a grid. We just kind of want to whack these slots in. Oh my god. We're done. Ha! And it's that simple. Let's have a little look at. Let's do some research. Equipment screen RPG. Helmet. Okay. We don't need to go too crazy here. We've got a helmet. Boop. Boop. Oh, that's all parents of that.
I gotta go. I'll see you tonight. Bye. I wish I had.
It's super simple. That's shield. Just have some other bollocks, but I do. We might also need to copy equipment slot actually. Duplicate. I think this slot might be a little bit different than the other one. Go asset. Copy. Right. Rename. I don't know what. I really struggle to spell equipment. Every time I can't spell equipment. Rename. Equipment slots. Slot index. Okay. This would be semi-interesting at least. So we've got 4 in the middle, 2 on each side. You just make the slots taken in item type and give the item types as a bool, so you can't have. Yeah, yeah, maybe not item types as a bool, but item types as like an enum or something. Yeah, but yeah, essentially, so it'll be very fixed. I've been thinking about this a little bit at least, surprisingly. Yeah, it can get kind of crazy. My initial idea was, you know, like Vampire Survivors, where you have a different weapon, and how like the weapon works is completely different. So if you have a sword, for example, the attacks are different. But if you have a bow, then the attacks are completely different. I was just thinking, how do I do that? At least right now, I'm not going to worry about different attack types and stuff like that. I'm just going to worry about having, like, a sword gives you +2 attack, and that just increases your stats. So it's just like a simple thing where whatever's equipped will modify your stats. But yeah, the items will have to have a type, which will be what slot they go into. It should be quite simple, I think. So a sword will just be like right hand, and then if you equip, it'll just go. It can only go into that slot. That'd be quite rudimentary, actually. We don't need anything fancy. Like, we can literally just have an equipment data type that has each slot as a type hard coded in. Like, we don't need an array or anything like that. I think we just can literally say equipment, head equipment, body equipment, and we just keep it like that, I think. But I've not thought too much into it, to be honest. I've just kind of thought, like, you know, what can I get away with? Because I would want to eventually have it where if you have a sword, the attack, like, it'll pull in a certain type of attack, so you might need to, like, expand on. You have, like, all the stats of the equipment stats, but then we will actually need, like, a node that's like a attack node with a certain. It'll have, like, a different collision area. It'll have, like, different animations. Then you might have, like, a mage thing. Something like that. So that's, like, kind of what I thought so far. But who knows? It'd be nice to get to that point. But I also do want to have something where if you add thing, you can have +10 HP. Another interesting thing is, so for each equipment item, we can have, like, the basic stacks like attack and HP. But what about stuff like HP regen, or like things that are kind of not every item will have? And so that's another thing that I am thinking about. You know, how would we handle, you know, these kind of special items that have special things that not every single thing has? Yeah, I'm sticking to only swords at the moment because I don't want to worry about animations and stuff. Yeah, that's yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I don't think that'd be too bad. It'll just mean you have to kind of create the animations for all the other different things. Yeah, guess that goes into effects, passive, etc. Yeah, and it's how do you handle those effects? Because if every item increases your HP, that's really easy to handle, because every item will have, like, a HP modifier and you can add that. But when it gets to, like, specialized effects for that item, how do you handle that in a nice way? So that you can kind of really flexibly have different effects on different things without kind of having to hard code everything in. But it's something to think about. But it's definitely quite an interesting thing. Where am I? Right, let's try and get this date. Let's try and get the date out. So we have. Let's do create folder. Let's do the data side now. Just named the folder. Jesus Christ. Equipment, sorry. items of resource, add a blank func of special effect and leave it blank, and then when you generate the item, you add a logic to the function. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there might be a different way of doing it, because the thing is, some of this, how I want some of the special effects, for example. Say, for example, you have something that increases your radius of collision, or increases your radius of detection, and so you can have a function that will do that, but you need to know that it's affecting the collision circles. And so how do you do that? How do you interface with that? Yeah, how do you interface with that? But you could have maybe like an effects manager or something. GD lambdas. Right. Okay. I think if you interact with the effects and you, not that you interact with them, but I think yeah, I'd have to like have a little think about it. Like something with a lambda, I think would work. Or maybe if you just predefine the certain things it could do. Yeah, I'm sure WoW's spell items would be. That's where it'd be super interesting to see how like WoW did it. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because it's like yeah. Yeah, you could do some either lambdas. I think lambdas would work fine. Or if you had maybe just something that that sat between the two. So on the actual resource, you have the effects that it can do, and you have something that can interpret that and connect that to the actual things on the player. But yeah, it's a wild one. Interesting though. It's interesting. It'd be really cool to play around with that sort of stuff. Okay, so equipment. So what we're creating now is the resource just for equipment. I think we just need. God, doing VS Code is very jarring for me. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it sounds like a bit of overthink. Just simple, especially like with the update, you could add a thing use and remake it. You can lambda code. Case. But how? So we have this function, and I do like that because the lambda makes it very flexible in what you're using. But say for example with the like it increases the radius of a collision thing. How? You know, you'd have to know what the lambda function's doing. Know what to pass to it first. Unless you like predefined it and you was like you had a function, you have like in a list of modifiers that are all functions, and you have specific functions for doing specific modifiers, and then you can call this and say if it's got this past this, if it's got this past this, or something like that would work. But VS Code is doing stuff in VS Code is weird. Oh, okay, we just export stuff. So, class name, equipment. Bar head. Item. Body. Oh. The sad thing is is that I wish we could sit here and code that right now. The problem is, to get there, we need to code all the crap first. But the item deck needs to interact with stats, so it's simple as making those predetermined stats. And then, yeah, essentially, yeah. I think something like that would be good, yeah. And that'd be fun because you could do some really crazy stuff with that. Like, you can have like speed modifiers and stuff like that. Especially if you limit what you're doing at first, it's pretty nice. So let's see how this goes. Head, body, leg, foot. Let's see. Weapon. Okay. Right, this might not be what we want, to be honest. Offhand. Any new ship. A year from now, a lot easier. Yeah. God, I hope Whacker Time is not recording double time. So I also have, I think I disabled Whacker Time, actually. So that's simple. But now what we need to do is an inventory item. It also needs to know what's, like, if it's equipable. So we could do that, which would be easy enough. Equipable. I think we will need a ball just to know if it's equipable. Maybe like can. Maybe not put it that. Let's call it can. And trade. Trade balls. It is C# GD script. Oh, Ian. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What do I say? What do I want to say? I will not say anything because I will be in trouble. Isn't tradable, is equipable. I think that's not how you spell equipable. And we also need some sort of enum for how do you spell equipable? Is it double P? Yeah, it's a difficult one with C#. It's a very difficult one. I'm not really a big fan of you know, as like a programming language, I'm not a big fan of GD script. But in the context of Godot, I think it works well. So then we need some sort of enum, and I think we don't want the enum here. But let's put it here, and then we can move it somewhere else. God, I feel like I can't fucking code in GD script anymore. Enum equals head. What is this? Enum equip slot equals head, body, legs, feet. Yeah, you got it right. Main hand. Equip table. Don't tell me I wrote that somewhere. Yo, Ender Creep 853. I am making whatever game this is. Oh, obviously, it's crashed right now. Should it crash? Why did that crash actually? Sorry. Can't resolve member items. Oh, inventory.gd. Oh, because this is not compatible. You named it at the start to this one feet, yeah. I'll double check. I think this enum shouldn't be in the inventory item. But Ender Creeper 853, this is the game that I'm making right now. And it's game of win and lose, you know. It's a game of deep mystery, dark tales, of happiness, of sadness, of love and death, and everything that comes in between it. That's what the game is. You know what I mean? There's so many things I need to do. Right. So yeah, I need somewhere to store this enum because oh, maybe we could have just in the equipment. That might make even more sense, and then we could pull it probably. I think we could do this, right? We could do equipment. We created an enum here called equip slot. We don't do that, do we? Do that. And if I do here is export var equip slots. Did I do this? Equipment dot equip slot. Ooh, okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Beat. Instead of our equip slot, can't you just return that on the bool of... Instead of our equip slot, can't you just return that on the bool of is equipable with the setter twice? Do you mean essentially... Ooh, what we could do... Instead of our equip slot, can't you return that on the ball of is equipable with the setter? You mean just like get rid of this, for example? Oh my god, that's definitely... That is spell equip. You know when you look at a word so many times that you forget how to do it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could do that. We could probably do anything, to be honest. Do that. We can have 5, yeah. We could just do none. That's what we'd usually do in Go is just have an enum with the default value of none. Yep. Okay. Ooh. I think that's basic enough. Head. body, legs. Yeah. This feet. I need to be consistent with my naming because feet and foot, I'm not sure. Maybe it should be shoes, but feet or foot, I'm not sure. Then this will be offhand, I guess. Offhand. Main hand. Okay, cool. We could do something like bicycle effect. Bicycle effect. Funk. Ooh. I kind of know what you talk about, but I also don't. Funk. This is not. This go? No. VS Code's really throwing me off because I feel like I'm very used to typing in other languages. Right. Okay. Let's do equip item in the slots. Item. If item dots equip slots equals equip. You have to explain to me what you mean a little bit more, Adam. Sorry. So if equip item equals, so we just do a bit of a defensive check to see if we can equip it or not. Oh no, we don't even need to do this. Oof. Match. I forgot the syntax for this, but it should be item dot equip. This is the cool thing about using enums, man. None. This is how you do it in Rust, but we'll fix this in a second. Head. Right, so right, so head, we've got body, legs, feet. This is not. This is okay. Right. So if it's none, return. I think this is the syntax. My cable. Head. Head equals. Cool. Body. Okay. This is kind of a little bit more fun than the inventory because you can just kind of, we have a limited number of slots, so we can just be like, okay, you want to equip legs? Put it in the legs part. Nice. No faffing around with like 30 different slots that you have to mess around with. Just like, okay, we have a foot slot. Nice. That keeps it simple. Right, main hand. Main hand. We also need to return if there's something already currently in the slot, we need to return that item. Oh, why is this not like that? Oh, leg. Okay. Body. Legs. Do I need to do... Okay. Cool. Okay. I get why ads they should happen there. Right. Turn no. So if bar return item inventory item turn cool. If head, then we do previous item equals head. Okay, now we just do this. Yo, flagging you okay? Is match like similar to a switch case statement in GD script? This is GD script, and oh, is it called switch? No, it's called match, isn't it? It is called match. Yeah, match and switch are the same thing. So this is similar to the match statement in GD script because it is GD script. But I'm crossing syntax right now just to kind of get it done. I'll fix it in a second because this is not how you. Okay. Body. But yeah, this is a switch statement essentially. One thing as well is how do you write tests? It's something that I've just completely ignored. Is like, damn, should we actually have like some tests at some point? But it'd be interesting to do them, but it'd also be, I think it'd ruin the spirit. If match GD script switch case. Yeah. No, I know what you mean, because I do, yeah, they're match and switch, yeah. This should be all okay. Oh, it's kind of ruining the indentation. How are you doing today anyway, Flaganti? You much good doing? Okay. And oh. So that's equipping an item. If there's, and the general gist is, if we equip an item and there's already one in there, we want to keep a track of the item that's already there, swap it, and then return the old item. Open up. it's kind of interesting doing GD script in VS Code because, like, I usually code in VS Code, so I'm very used to it. But it's weird. It's a weird feeling to be in VS Code doing GD script. It's kind of jarring the fact that you switch between two things, but it does make you look at your code a lot better, because if I go to player, which is definitely like the craziest class I've got right now, you know, it makes it a lot easier to kind of see what I'm doing a little bit and see how goddamn messy it is. I kind of want to split these up a little bit. Process, and where's physics process? But physics process up there as well, so we can make this a little bit tidier. So we've got the GD script kind of out of the box stuff, and then here we start going into handle attacking. Doing good. Learning a bit of Godot, but trying to suffer with C#, as there's as much community around it as there is around GD script. Yeah, it's one of the you know, the parts by it. I do remember. I think there's Godot Rust bindings. Just been in Rust as well. That'd be crazy. Oh my god! Look at that. Yeah, Godot Rust. You could like do some stuff in Godot Rust. I remember seeing a Reddit thread where some guy made his game completely in Rust in Godot. That'd be crazy. Especially if it can use the Rust compiler. That'd be insane. Probably hell, but kind of cool. Someone came at the door, so I had to dip. So sorry if you asked me something. No, it's okay, bro. Just shooting the shit as usual. I think I was just talking a little bit because I'm doing it in VS Code now. So I was just talking about the experience of kind of switching to VS Code. But it definitely makes, like, looking at a whole class, you've got a way better kind of like macro view of like the file and how it's structured and stuff like that. Get gold component, attack enemy. We could go through this all day. Look at that. Oh my god. This is where we hard coded the chicken in. Oh, interesting. Ignore that. But fixed name. What the fuck? But I found some of your videos before on YouTube. It was fun listening to it while working. Nice to catch you live. Yeah. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah. I try my best. It's usually just me making a mess of everything, but the good thing is if you make a mess of everything for long enough, it kind of does turn into something. I guess there's a lesson in that. What was I doing? Okay, equipment. So I've got an equip item function, which is okay. There's something else that I need to do. Oh yeah. So bunk. Inventory item. We need stats on the items now. Let's just do something very simple. Export var health. Int health modifier. AKMS just helps your debugging skills, which in return makes you a better programmer and all. Yeah, and it's definitely hard to get it right the first time round, so it's sometimes it's all you can do really. Attack modifier. It's fun to hear the thought process that's going on in someone else's head. Yeah, for sure. Not pass global class equipment. Because it's not compiling. Oh yeah, okay. Bunk. Get I'm just gonna add a default function in for get modifiers. Do I want them? Yeah, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. You can't return multiple things from a function, can you? As for testing, no idea. I was wondering that myself. Yeah, I don't know if you could do unit testing. I saw a Reddit post where someone was doing unit tests in C#. But I think that would make sense in C#, because I imagine you can use a C# library for testing. But in GD script, unit testing, this is one of those ones, be careful what you wish for, because, okay, so you can do tests. Oh, Godot engine allows to write unit tests directly in C++. Oh, lovely, okay. So no GD script. Interesting. Oh, integration test for GD script, okay. Bug test, if true. Print true. Okay. It's not something that's super simple, at least, but there's definitely functionality there. That'd be cool. Like, at least maybe for this sort of stuff, it might be useful to add a test onto it. But if I yeah, if this is my real job, I'll put tests on it. I promise. I would. Attack, health. Yeah, I don't think you can do multiple returns, can you? Modifiers. Can you do? Can you create an object? Like if I do struct. I work for a big car company starting with B and ending with W. That's Adam beat me to it. I'm trying to think of a car company that's not BMW that'll work with that. It's not Bentley, is it? There's a big project that was running for 6 or 7 years, and it was huge. Volkswagen, they didn't have any automation tests. Yeah, I worked for like the biggest gambling company in the world, and they were like anti-testing. And that's what I mean. It's funny. You can have code that makes like millions upon millions upon millions of pounds, and the code is crazy how like ridiculous it is. But it kind of solves. They don't have tests, but they also solve different issues in certain ways that make them a lot of money. So, Godot creating a struct. Supposed to be a class or something like that. Class player. Oh, okay. Let's do a class. Class modifiers. Attack int. Health int. I fucked up the But yeah, 6 or 7 years and no automation test. That's kind of crazy. What did they have any justification for that? Or I think BMW, they'd be all over that sort of stuff. Are you German? Are you, Flaganti? What's it doing? Sorry. The thing was their ship was breaking so hard and didn't know why. I quit after a year, after setting up about 500. Oh my god. Jesus. And by the way, guys, if anyone's liking the live stream, remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me. I'm collecting thumbs. Var. That's easy. Var. Let me literally. They will pay for the time, but even the devs to make unit tests. Really? Wow. Was it a project? That's interesting. I did my internship at Airbus, and obviously, like, because it's like aviation and it's like military, the tests, like everything was tested. They were like legally obligated to have like coverage to like 99% of everything. So I would assume like places like BMW would have been the same thing. Whereas modifiers. Return modifiers. If head. Modifiers dot. What's equals? Fuck. Have to public var. It was for an internal program work part, tracking and stuff. Okay. Mix of J and Confluence with extra functionality was web based. Yeah, it's kind of interesting working for a big company like that, because you really realize that you're just a number at the end of the day, and it's like you're just a number. Okay, we need to do this a bunch of times now. I had the same thing where I worked at Airbus, and it's just, yeah, it's life just goes on regardless. He started complaining when I was done with most of my stuff because I found so many issues. Well, that's the thing, Flaganti. If you don't test, you don't have any problems. You don't have any bugs. Same thing if you don't go to the doctor, you never have any health problems. You only have health problems when you go to the doctor in the hospital. But yeah, must have been a good learning experience for you though. A good story as well. God, I shouldn't have added feet and all this stuff. Like we don't even have an item that can be equipped into the feet yet. I think we need to create this variable, don't we? Equals modifiers.new. Damn, is this okay? This is cool. Classes are cool. Make everything a class. Okay. Cannot return value of type modifiers because the function return type is modifiers. Eh? Oh, res. And want to make the workflow easier on how to write better unit way of testing, and we're like, why should we do that? I mean, that was the culture at where I worked previously as well, where tests are a waste of time because you'll write a unit test and then someone will come and change the code, and when they change the code, it's just going to break the test to make development longer, and they're just going to have to change two things then. But it's stupid. It's all a little bit stupid. And plus, there's a lot of fundamental things wrong with that approach to testing. I said, good luck onboarding new people and having them test and learn the product. Yeah. But I think times 3. God damn it. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this, but I think this is okay right now. But it looks so neat in VS Code. It looks good, doesn't it? I like it. Like, damn, this is starting to look like code that isn't dog shit. Is everything else okay? Change the main name. What's that? Are we okay now? I think this is good, right? Feet, legs, body, head. Nice. Boom. It is. I still love the parentheses better than indents. You know, I don't know. I'm okay with indents. I think to me it was indents hard for me to keep track. That's one thing. It is a little bit weird, but once you're used to it, and then if you look at some other code like maybe Rust is a bad example because it's not too bad. Okay, maybe Rust is not too bad either. But I think once you're used to a language, do I have any Go or anything like that? Spark, no. Once you're used to like Python or something with the indents, you realize that these become redundant anyway because it all gets indented correctly, and this is just empty space essentially, you know. Where am I? Yeah. So once I did like a little bit of Python, I'm like, damn, this is kind of neat. Like we don't have all these. If this was anything else, you'd be like, everything would be like parentheses here, maybe a parentheses here if it's like JavaScript or some shit. Parentheses like here, and then here, some other crap. It's like, ugh, God. So I kind of like the. I know what you mean, but I kind of got used to this a little bit now. Okay, so okay. So I've done okay. I think it is okay. Stats. I need. What? C# has a nice thing called regions. But you sign endless regions, but it's an edit thing where you can collapse so code regions. Oh, okay. 500ing. Ooh, the great C# regions debate. What have we walked into, Filiganti? C# regions are evil. I think this is an arg. I think this is what are we doing? Ooh. C# regions are evil. Was this? Is this article read by you? No. Its main points make sense. Blah 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 blah. Regions are a code smell. Okay. C#. Regions are to be used gently. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what regions are actually. To name and collapse a block of code using keywords to open. Okay. Not too bad, is it? I guess is this kind of saying that, oh, you should really just write classes or like functions that aren't huge and that you don't need a region. Oh yeah, regions do not make your 800 or 8,000 like classes any less awful. I mean, yeah. The thing is, I think you could do that. In VS Code, you can kind of do that anyway with this, can't you? So you could just... I think if you had a class as well. Actually, let me have a little look at the class thing. I've not used classes in Godot, so let's have a little play around with that. Where was my equipment thing? So if we have here, we should be able to have like func add health, right? Amount int void, and then we could do this dot attack. Go to do that. If I do res dot add health. Oh, okay. Self, not this. But if you don't do self, it's still... You have to do the Python thing where you do that. I know it automatically has a reference to itself. Yeah, let's just fuck around with classes for a bit. Add attack. Self dot attack. Quite like that. Where's the add attack? This doesn't really change anything, but it's at least it's nice to have the chance to play around with classes because I know that you can basically make everything a class, can't you? Oh, we just copy this. Boom. Boom. That changes the color to blue. That's funky. Okay. We've got inventory changed. We're going to have a signal for equipment changed as well. So now in player, so we're gonna have to add an algorithm in as well to... This is what the crazy thing is having an algorithm for combat. Like if you have armor, like how does armor affect damage? Like I bet there's some wild algorithms for that. Amount, damage, amounts. Damage calculations, just make it easy now. Yeah, no, I'm doing that. I'm not doing anything like armor, but it's one of those rabbit holes, isn't it, of having good calculations. Right, so yeah, we don't even have defense right now. We just have attack, and then yeah, I'm just gonna scale it like linearly. Let's just have a little look. We've got some UI stuff to do. Oh, but I did want to make an equipment. Create new resource equipment. Oh, that'd be why. Cease to extend. And resource. If this is break everything. Oh. Resource. Is that done it? Oh, equipment. Oh yeah. Equipment. Got nothing. Always change formulas later. Yeah, for sure. Well, we could do all that sort of stuff later on. Yeah, go crazy. Go as far as we want to go. So have that. Now we need to give the is equipment. Find the goddamn thing. When died, 0 damage, 0 if 1 damage, when in 1. Is that the classic? I might just steal the RuneScape ones. If you equip armor, you just add random ISO2. Yeah, I'm not even worried about. I'm not even gonna add armor in yet right now. So when I add armor in, I'm gonna have to think about this. The cool thing is this is all so easy to extend, so we can add in armor and like some stuff that I want to do, because it's going to be like vampire slayers, like health regen. So if you have like I want the chicken quest to give you a hat. I don't know why it's a hat, but the hat gives you like +1 regen a second, and that's big. That's actually big. Not that big, but it's like, you know, you just run away from shit and regen health. Kind of cool. I like the idea of that. That health regen, something I'll do. Brit. A chicken hat. Yeah. Nice, Flaganti. So I have an equipment and I'm trying to add the resource to the player, but he doesn't want to take it, you motherfucker. Yeah, health because of 3 eggs. That's the cool thing. You can make a chicken hat that gives you health regen, and then it makes you shit out an egg like every 5 seconds. And you can pick up the egg. Pick up the egg and eat it. You can eat your own egg. Right, why is this not working? Something, trying to assign... I added an equipment thing to the player. I'm trying to assign the player his equipment. Like. Yo, XJealous, how you doing, bro? Happy Friday. Export var equipment. It looks okay to me. So for stats, player.tres. That seems to work. Maybe save everything. Edit. What? Oh, sorry. Last name inventory, unless I... Kind of okay to me. Maybe reload the project. They've all reloaded. How you doing anyway, XJealous? You having a good day? What are you up to? Battling through burnout at the moment. Where's Godot? Yo, Tom, you okay, bro? How you doing? Happy Friday. Imagine you're probably as glad as I am that it's Friday. Been a long, long week. We're doing some trying to get a very basic equipment screen set up right now. Do I have a class name on this, maybe? Oh, is it? Am I? I think that is okay. Okay, thanks. Happy Friday to you too. Yeah, thanks, bro. It's been Oh, okay. Okay, it works now. I just need to reload it. How you doing anyway? Have you seen much Godot, Tom? Has it piqued your interest? I don't know how much you've seen of the game or anything. Been much about it, but it's kind of come along a little bit now. It's been a long week. Need to finish something over the weekend as well. Yeah, my car battery died. And I've got to visit my dad, but to visit my dad, I've got to charge the car battery or go to Halford to get it replaced and all that sort of stuff. Oh, not seen much, to be honest. Okay, cool. Do you want me to give you a little rundown of what's going on? So, this is the game. We have a very shitty inventory system where you can throw things out. This is soon. We're working on equipping stuff. We have traders, so you could buy eggs from this guy. You could buy carrots from this guy. That's one thing. And if we take a little tour, I don't know if you saw like the AI art or anything, but yep, you go up here. We've got a weird frog in the forest with a book that just says, "I am the," which says, "I am the book," and then crashes the game. Oh my god, is that going to crash the game every single time I talk to somebody? We also have a quest, and I feel like this is going to crash the game as well, because anything to do with the dialogue is going to crash the game. We have chickens that run away, Quite nice. Right, this is going to crash the game, isn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah, we have Major Sanders who gives you a quest. He says something about chickens. Well, I'll be. There's 3 of them. Scattered around these here parts. Help the farmer collect his chickens. You say yes. And then the quest is to catch the fucking chickens. Now, these chickens are slippery motherfuckers, so you have to actually trap them. Nice. Catch the chicken. And the chicken goes in the inventory. The fish one gives you a really shit minigame. Let me just catch the 3 other chickens. Just in case you didn't know what catching chickens look like. And then... Okay, he seems to go through trees, which is an intended bug. Running theme here, I think, isn't there? We can do that. Yeah. I do. I've had a lot of practice, and then we also have like a Vampire Survivors part in it, which is what we. This bit was kind of neglected for a long time, but this is what I'm kind of working on now to try and get the Vampire Survivors part kind of a little bit more fleshed out. That is essentially the game. Yeah, we've got health and GP and stuff like that, and you know, putting a bit of work at this point. I think I'm like 58 hours in or so. So yeah. Oh, the chickens respawn. Which is another bug. Yeah, so essentially the game's filled with bugs. But we're getting there slowly. So yeah, and if you have 3 chickens in your inventory, he says thank you, and then at some point he's going to give you an item that you can equip. You do loads, very cool. Yeah, I've done quite. I've done. It's a hard thing. I forgot to mention that there's like the text as well, the quest text. I've done lots, but at a very like various levels. So a lot of it is quite shallow and very surface level, just to kind of like do little bits and bobs, which is okay. But there's, like you see, there's so many bugs and edge cases and stuff. There's also a really shit minigame. So if you talk to this guy. Crashes. Why does that one crash? State is not a property of any game states. Oh, I think that was intended. But then who? Hi there. Yo. Implement saving loading. No, not yet. I do have the only thing that saves and loads is there is a config. So if we go to settings, oh, you actually see it here, config loaded volume. So actually the config saves. I've not implemented saving loading yet, but how I've created things. So in Godot, there's a thing called a resource. What would be a good example? Like an inventory item. And these are serializable. So a lot of the data it's like ready to be saved and loaded. But I've not implemented saving them. That'll be an interesting one. I've not implemented it, but I'm kind of a little bit aware that at some point you're gonna have like a inventory, you're gonna have stats, you're gonna have like all these things that you will want to save, like your position on the map as well. Let's try and fix this bug. Yeah, nice of you to drop in, man. It's always nice to see a familiar face. Hopefully everything's going well for you as well, dude. Items. So let's see why book is crashing. Book. Dialogue component, maybe. Why does book crash? Why does book crash but not Fisherman? It's something that's caught me out in the past. Leave it too late and it can be a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. But I'm a little bit aware of it. That might be a good. It's probably a good. I'm the book. Okay, crashed again. Assertion failed. This is stack trace. Yeah, that might be get state value. Get dialogue line. What? Add-ons that function mutate. What's going on? Player state. Person who I'm suffering trying to learn how to use resources to get my weapons working. You're amazing. Well, thank you. I'm not, but thank you. But yeah, I mean resources, especially if I don't know how new you are to Godot and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd recommend just trying to play around with them a little bit. But I guess one good way of thinking about resources, like resources, essentially, you want to separate the data from everything else. So in my inventory here, I just have an array of items because an inventory is essentially an array of items. There's nothing else in here. This is just the data element of it, you know? And so this is only responsible for adding data, removing data from the inventory, nothing else. This can work independent of anything else. It's literally just an array with some functions on it, essentially. Ah, thank you, Tom. I'm not. I'm just, like, I don't even know why the book is crashing the game. I literally don't know why the book is crashing the game. The book does nothing. Assets, components, dialogue. Oh. Script, book. Yeah, it says something about game state, but this is the code for the book. So in Godot, there's like two parts. There's kind of like the 2D. There's the scene file, which is where you've got like your book, you've got the sprites, and you've got like some other components in here. Dialogue component. But I don't think the dialogue component has anything to do with it. Start dialogue. Menu. Dialogue resource. I'm confused why it seems like dialogue is crashing it. But when I speak to the farmer, it's fine. A little bit bizarre. An inventory system is much more complex than it seems. The players just click and drop. Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like that Potenu. It's gonna crash it again. I don't know why. I am the book. Things I'm using in that. Whoa. What's this? State is not a property of any game states. Config, global, logger. State is not a property on any game states. Layer state question. I did have a singleton before that I think I deleted called state, but I feel like that's irrelevant. State is not a property on any game. It's much harder. Well, yeah, it's just to be the developer, isn't it? So nothing's ever easy. Get dialogue, get line. What? Show error for missing state value. Oh, I know what's going on. It's because in the dialogue we reference oh no, we do. Not seen. Seen. Okay. Get state value, property state. Oh, okay. I know. I'm looking in the wrong place, I think. Global is in trade. Book. Red book. Like that. Okay, maybe it's breaking because player state, that needs to be changed to player state. Obviously there's 500 things called state. Player state, this fisherman.gd, home.entrance, player state, player state, player state, player state. I wonder if it's just erroring because there are other dialogue files with the error. I don't know why the book is erroring though. It doesn't make any sense. Book. Fisherman. This should be renamed. Save all. New home entrance. This is also player state. Player state. If I like resources, I don't know how many videos I've watched on them, but I think I've got a good grasp on them. Doing inventory is much more complex in comparison, in my opinion. That's funny because I felt like doing. I mean, the inventory isn't very good, but I felt like doing it was just quite straightforward. Right, let's see if the book crashes it. Oh, okay. And it was because the fisherman. Oh, and it also goes, what the hell is this? Weird. Let's see if the fisherman. Hello, you look like a man who knows how to hold a rod. Voice plays your mind. Fishing tutorial. Boop. This is a little bit broken because I've changed the Oop. I think this goes on for a literal minute. Yeah, I can understand why resources are confusing for people because they're very similar to just nodes and scripts. I guess the important thing about the resource is that you can save them. You can save and load them from disks. So they're a very useful tool for storing the data because you can save them and load them later on. Whereas with a normal script, you can't really do that. You can, but it's not as easy as you can with a resource. Right, I'm gonna head off, everybody, because I need to, unfortunately, live my life. But yep, if everybody who liked the stream, give it a thumbs up. I'll paste the Discord if anybody wants to join it and post some memes or talk some crap or abuse me. Maybe that's a link. But other than that, I hope everybody has a nice Friday. Thank you for watching and continue doing what you do, man. Yeah, cool. See you guys later. Peace.